Hey friends, I'm home from a very successful bake sale and I am ready to go ahead and look through all of the seeds that we started in February and take an in-depth peek at how that they are doing. I'll just go through February seeds today, and at the end I'll tack on the rest of the seeds that we started in January and show you kind of where the rest of them are going. So you can kind of get an idea of the full picture of what's going on in the indoor greenhouse as of right now, March 4th, 5th, something like that. All right, let's get looking at the calendar first and look at the February things that I planted. Okay, looking at this calendar, it is a little bit more of a mess than January was because I kind of moved a bunch of things around. So I'm going to look at all of this and we'll look at all the plants kind of together. So I did do the cat grasses and catnip and then all of my basils. Celosia, I planted some aster, sweet williams, and stock. This next week is the week that I did sweet peppers. I did not do the head lettuce, but I did plant some larkspur, a second round of that, and some gomphrena. And then hot peppers got planted, zinnia got planted, dara, lobelia, strawflower has not been planted yet. And then I skipped this week, but I did do some butterfly milkweed. And then I also think I did a little bit of extra parsley. We're going to go through and check it out and see what we find. Okay, here's our tray of catgrass and basils and catnip. The catgrasses are really long. They're doing okay, but I think I'll direct seed them. They're really not meant to be indoors. But isn't this is a variegated kind. Isn't this pretty? It's got these different color leaves. It will be pretty, but I am definitely doing it outside from now on. This is the catnip. That's doing good. I got some marjoram back here. I don't know how that got stuck in there, but it did. And then I redid parsley too at the same time, even though it's not in the calendar, because that other parsley seed wasn't doing well. And you can tell they're facing the light this way, can't you? And they're all doing really well. Parsley just takes a long time, but I need so much of it that I'm really glad I started some more. The rest of this tray is basil, and look at this crazy guy. Everybody else nice and low. This guy, nope, this one, look at that coloring on there. Isn't that pretty? It's called Amaretto. Amaretto. And it's this really beautiful bicolor. And they're different. So this is the same plant right here. This one's got a lot more purple to it. Oh, I love it. All right, I skipped stuff. Let's start back over here. This one is called Purple. Oh, my hands smell amazing now, guys. Purple Ruffles Basil. Yeah, pretty. These leaves, I don't know if you can, oops, sorry, my hands are in the way. These leaves kind of have a ruffly edge to them. They look really pretty. And right next to it, I've got purple ball basil. You can see those leaves are a little bit crisper on the edges. See like that different shape there? And then that amaretto. So those are my darker colored basils. And then I have lettuce leaf basil, and these get huge. Big leaves. You could actually use those if you wanted to make like lettuce wraps, but with a basil leaf, they're nice and big. Siam Queen basil. This is lemon basil. This smells amazing. And then I've got this big whole set of Genovese, and it looks like I'm having a little bit of germination issues there, but this is an older seed, and I did start 2 sets of it, so I should have plenty of basil for myself and to sell. I am having a little bit of a problem with fungus gnats, but not too bad. You see them? Ugh, I just keep squishing them. It's gonna be okay. All right, so great catnip, catgrass, it's got to go outside, but these basils are all doing fantastic. Yay, basil. Okay, this tray has a mix of things from that first week and then second week too. So here are my sweet williams, and they are doubles. I have some sweet william, but I think they're singles out there. We'll have to try and see those. Those are doing fantastic. This hippie celosia is really slow going. If anyone else has done celosia from seed and has some advice, that'd be great. Only 4 germinated. I lied, this one's got 2. 5 germinated, and they are, they're just going really slow compared to the things planted at the same time. So they're maybe not a win. This next one, I must have had some kind of issue with watering. These ones dried up. They must have just not been getting us water. I don't know. It's weird. But these are stock. And what I find funny is they're a column blend. And all of them, except that one, are green. So we're going to see what kind of colors those pop up. This is my first year growing stock, so I don't know if this is a win or not. We'll probably put that in the maybe column. I did some butterfly milkweed this week too. That's growing really well. Another new one for me this year is strawberry gomphrena. I have never done this before in any form. Actually, I've never had it in my garden as a plant or grown it from seed. Does anyone know how to say this? I keep calling it lobelia, but then I was watching another video and somebody called it lobelia. So I don't really know how to pronounce this, I guess. But in my experience, it grows nice and fast and low like this. It'll stay nice and moundy, so this looks to me the way it's supposed to. I did grow this from seed last year. Back here, I have got Dara. Oh, I have a kid at the door. Let's see who it is. It's Mason. Mason, can I help you? You're just hanging out? You wanted to come see my flowers, didn't you? I have not, no. And then this is all the bouquet dill. Mason's looking for his buddy. You may have a glass of Sprite. Rock out. And all of this bouquet dill is doing okay. I will direct seed most of my dill, but because it's not always ready at the same time as my cucumbers are, and I want to use my own dill, I do start some of it inside. Now, very honest, the stuff that I plant outside and direct sow does better than the stuff that I start inside. But like I said, it's not always ready, so I have to redo it. Here's my larkspur, the salmon larkspur. And then I also have Galilee. And they had okay germination, but they're coming up pretty good. I'm pretty excited. They're going to be good. They are a perennial, so they will be slow growing this year, and they might not flower as much as I'd like, but we'll find out. This is the first year I've grown them from seed, so it's just as much a mystery to me as it is to you. Okay, here are the peppers. We'll start with the back and kind of look at how we've got going. I got banana peppers in the back corner, and I did 24 cells of those. It looks like I've got about 60 to 70% germination. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty cells. So not awful. And that's plenty of banana peppers for what I need. These Rosso and Giallo, they're slow going, but like I said, it is pretty early for peppers. These have only been planted for 3 weeks. They can take a little while sometimes. This Carmen has finally got one of those coming up. No purple Marconis yet. This little Gypsy is up. Those pepperoncinis came up, and then nothing over here on the Jimmy Nardellos or on the Pippin's Golden Honey. On tray number 2, still waiting on the orange sun bell peppers and the King of the North. I do have a couple lilac just poking up there, and I've got one in leaf right here. I've got shishitos doing really well. They're at least 50% up, if not a little bit more. California Wonder actually is doing super fantastic. They have got almost 1, 2, 3, 4 empty holes out of 18. So California Wonder, way better than I thought it was going to be. By far the most successful one so far is these Natapenos. Great germination. They're starting to get their true leaves. That's fantastic. Jalapenos are coming up slowly but surely. I think they're just taking their sweet time. There's a couple more. And then Poblano and Tequila Sunrise apparently have decided they want to be late to the party. Up here, I do have cayenne peppers slowly making their way up. Those Tabascos, Fish, Sugar Rush Peach, no such go. All my Polish ones, no such go. And then again, these mystery ones, which I still haven't looked back to see, but they are starting to pop up. And I can't tell what they are because every pepper looks exactly the same right now. And then I have one more pepper right here. It's my single seed challenge. That's my shishito pepper. Isn't she lovely? Yeah. Oh, she's doing a great job. I like you, honey. We're going to have to give her a name. Over here is the tray of zinnia and asters. These zinnia are all doing really well. Brilliant. I was watching Britain's Got Talent, and now brilliant is my new favorite word. All these different mixes, the Scabiosa mix, all the Benaries, all of them look really, really well. I'm going to leave them in these containers. These containers are very deep. They have plenty of room. Like I said, I am fertilizing these weekly now, so today is fertilized day. These are my asters, and they are all coming up. Great germination on those. They're a little bit more slow going than the zinnia, but they're doing really well. Okay, so how did things go? Let's assign them to a win, a lose, or we don't know category. We're going to say that I'm going to call catgrass a lose. It came up, but it's not going to transplant well. It doesn't look good. From now on, I'm going to do the catgrasses outside. Catnip, though, is good for inside. Catnip goes in the win column. All the basils, win column. They're doing just wonderful. I've got lots and lots of them. They're going to need to get split pretty soon, and I'll have plenty for myself and for sale and to make my basement smell amazing right now. Going on to celosia. We're going to call the celosia we don't know yet. Like I said, if anybody grows those and has some insight for me, that'd be fantastic. They do look like they're going to grow, but they do appear to be going slowly, and I'm not really sure. The Sweet Williams are a definite win. They're nice and big and strong. Stock, I'm going to call the stock a win right now. Those stock seedlings look very good. Like I said, I've never grown those ones, so I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they're going to be okay. Sorry if I accidentally just gave you a show. Okay. Asters are a win. They're doing well, and so are the zinnia. I've got good germination. They're growing strong little stems, and they won't need to be transplanted for just a little bit quite yet. Larkspur is also going over here in the win. And I'm going to put Gomphrena in the middle. Gomphrena is kind of like Celosia. Gomphrena, growing a little bit slow. They look good. I've got a couple up, but I'm not certain how they're going to turn out. Lobelia or Lobelia, however you say that. Somebody please educate me. Those are doing really well. They're nice and thick and full, which I really like how that goes. We're going to put hot peppers under the question mark for now. Hot peppers are not coming up yet. It is too early, which is fine. Sweet peppers are all... Do you see this stupid little fungus gnat? Squish you. All right. Right there. Sweet peppers are coming up well, and I'm not even remotely worried. I'll have plenty of sweet peppers there. What else do I got here? I have got dill, which I'm going to put dill kind of in the middle. I know it's not going to be the best dill, but it looks like it's growing okay. I'm also going to put Dara here. That Dara is growing a good deal, but it does look a little bit skinny. So hopefully it thickens up a little when it gets outside and gets a little bit stronger. Okay, what else am I missing? Oh, milkweed. I have butterfly milkweed, and that is over here doing good, along with that parsley riso that I had to do. So really, my only loss in February, I'm going to say, is the catgrass. That's really not meant to be inside and needs to be a direct sow from now on. Yeah, not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. Okay, let's start looking at the trays that we've already had going in January and just kind of do a check-in real quick. On the end, I've got these Tornado Ivy Geranium. And oh my gosh, this tray's got fungus gnats. I'm going to have to come in here and play. This one looks so good. That's going to be such a great hanging plant, guys. And then I've got another one started from some seed, and I also have more seed started that I found. Right here, man, that looks snapdragonous, doesn't it? This is mountain mint. I'm going to have to Google if mountain mint is supposed to look like snapdragons, or if snapdragon seed just got into my mountain mint. Doesn't it look snapdragonish to you? Maybe not. It's fuzzy. You know what? It might not be. Back behind here, I've got Russian tarragon. Do you see how big this guy is? He is, let go, so big. He's going to need a haircut. So mint and this tarragon are plants that I can cut And you come in and you give them a cut right at a joint. And I'll do a video about this maybe one day next week. But right here, kind of where my finger is, above a seed nodule or a leaf nodule. And that'll help make the plant a little bit bushier. I have one Ella campaign, and I've never gotten any before, so I'm excited. 0 marjoram there, 1 marjoram there. Man, this tray really needs a haircut, guys. Okay. Cumin, same thing. This plant looks half dead, but it's got green on the ends. I'm just kind of letting it go, and we'll kind of see what happens, right? These columbine are looking actually really full. Columbine can be kind of a wispy plant. I'm not concerned about those. Do you see what's going on here? Look, I don't know if you can. Here, I'm going to bring it in. Right here. Right where my finger is. Do you see? It's really hard. All around there, it's all wound. And that is this guy. It's a cucamelon. And look, he's trying to attack over here. We're going to have to get these cucamelons out of here and give them a little trellis to climb. Look at this one's going all the way over here. See, they send out these little shoots, just like a tendril, like a bean or a pea. So they're going to need their own home. But back to what's underneath here. There's columbine. These ground cherries, little ones coming up. This is Tulsi basil. My one only Vera lavender. Here is my cilantro. Ooh, that smells strong. That's the cucamelons behind it. And then I have chive. I've got just normal, regular, everyday chive. And back here being eaten by this crazy cucamelon is garlic chive. And then on the end, this last row are the balloon flowers. And I'm going to research, but I think I can probably give those guys a snip too, and they'll be better for it. So I'm going to stop and give this tray a haircut, and then we'll pick back up. Okay, this tray right here has got my chamomile, the marguerite, which sends up those pretty yellow flowers, and this Ladilan, which looks more like a traditional chamomile with the white flowers. I've got some random mixed snapdragons in here. And then back here I have got milkweed, and this is common milkweed, which this is the best I've ever gotten it to germinate from seed in the house. So that's pretty good. Back behind it, I've got a hyssop, a mixed snapdragon, and then these scarlet kales, which look really, really robust. I'm really pleased with those. I think I've got a random snapdragon in there. Sorry, honey, you can't live there. And then here I have got lupins, and I gotta tell, lupins are just, they're just so pretty. They got these really pretty leaf structure. They're really pretty colored. These are 2 different kinds. It's Russell Mix and Sundial, and they are doing really well. Now, you can kind of see they don't have any place to give them haircuts. They grow nice and straight. They're probably stretching a little bit, but I'm very excited to put those outside. And then these are all the larkspur we already looked at. This tree has a mix of flowers in it, but this back half is all snapdragons. And these need a haircut, and I thought I would show you real quick kind of what I'm talking about. So, like this guy is really, really tall. To get bushier snapdragons, you're going to come and see how there's 2 leaves right here. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to come right here and snip that off. Where I snip that off, it's going to branch out again. See? And it's going to get bushier instead of tall and spindly. So I'm going to go through and snip all these down. So here's how they look right now. So there's my pile of snapdragon tops. And you can see I just took all the tops off. So I gave him 2 sets of leaves and then I cut. This is going to make them stronger. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it any of the times I've done it before. And in past years, I've let them go and they've been wispy and pretty, but they're going to get much better this way. I promise. It's hard, but you have to do it. I also trimmed the top of this off. This is a wild thyme. Same thing. I found some leaf nodes cut across from those. This guy is a painted daisy. This is the salvia that I've got going. It's called Rose Rhapsody. And then these larger ones are both dahlias that I'm growing from seed. One of them is called Seashells. Nope, I lied. Blazing Saddles. And this one's called Dandy Improved. Seashells is a Cosmo. Whoops. And they're getting nice and big and crazy, and I'm just going to let them go until I can plant them outside. Here is the tray of lettuce that was supposed to go outside and be winter sown. It's called prize head lettuce. I've never grown this variety before. And it's filling in nicely. I'll probably just leave it in this container until it goes outside. Down here is the other container that was supposed to be winter sown. This is the Pacific Beauty Blend of calendula, which they also call pot marigolds. And they're doing just fine. Back here, I've got an assortment of things I've been kind of keeping an eye on. These are the single Italian parsleys that made it from the first round. This is my French rosemary. Back here, I've got some 3-curl leaf parsley. This is bee balm, which could benefit from a little haircut too. Same thing, I'd cut right above the 2 stems. And then over here, I've got that Agastache raspberry daiquiri. So those are just hanging out right over here. We have a tray right here of cool hardy things that aren't quite ready to leave their 6-packs or I haven't gotten potted up yet. I've got some different varieties of calendula back there. These are kales, blue curled kale, and then this is red acre cabbage. I'll keep some of those and give some to the plant sale. Some dwarf blue curled kale. And this is some Great Lakes crisp head lettuce. Back here is scarlet kale, which is probably ready to be potted up. I can do that. I love scarlet kale. It's so pretty. The color's pretty. It's got this purple line down the middle, and it's all curly on the edges. Calendula over here. Same thing back here. These are things that I can probably start getting ready to be colder. This is the eucalyptus. I put it into 6-packs. Silver dollar. Got Canterbury bells. Here's my scabiosa. There's 4 in a cup. Some of those, they should probably get potted up. These right here are pincushion mix, which is the same thing as scabiosa, but they are a different leaf structure. These are all the hollyhocks I started inside. I've got some incredible swirl coreopsis. I've got a mint mix that's out of control, and some Tom Thumb lettuce back here. This back here is our violas and pansies. I've got them up next to the window right there. And some marigolds. And then I have a couple containers. These are for the plant sale. If you didn't see that video, I put it up maybe 2 days ago. All these containers like this, the round ones with this coloring, are going to my plant sale. They're all kales, cabbages, here, cauliflower, broccoli, all these things. Ones that I already have enough upstairs. And then I have this tray to pot up as well. And then there's the lemon tree. Oh, look at all that nice, pretty new growth she's getting. She's so pretty. All right, and then I'm going to show you my cold hardy stuff that I kept. It is upstairs. I'm back up on a chair looking at my plant stand. This is in my dining room with natural light instead of grow lights. Here are mine up here. I have got the Sicily cauliflowers, red Russian kale, Copenhagen cabbage, and down there I have Brunswick cabbage. Up in that bucket right there is all Boston Bib lettuce. Down here on this second row, I'm gonna stay on the chair. These Premier Kale are just huge. They look fantastic. Behind them, I've got Rapini broccolis. Yeah, I gotta get myself in the chair here. And I have got Brussels sprouts. These pink and yellow, those are the rainbow chard. And back here on the end, I've got red acre cabbage and borage. On this end down over here, those are all my onions. They're looking really good. And those are my artichokes, those big tall guys. Looks like I got some parsley down there on the end too. Right here, these are all my celery in the square pots. They are long and stringy and need to go out, but they just can't quite yet. And then right here, I've got 9-star cauliflower, Waltham broccoli on that tray. And then down here, these are actually sale ones. See, I put them in these pots. These are all celery that I have for sale. Somebody is buying 20 of these already, and the other ones are up for grabs still, so we'll see. But I'm gonna give these guys a good water and start moving them outside as we get closer to the end of March. Well, totally happy with February's seeds. Things are going very well. I have very few failures like things that are abject failure. There are things that are going slow, things that aren't going as well as I'd maybe hoped, but abject failures, not too many. And I'm going to address those maybe next week or the week after and see if I can't go ahead and fix those. But for now, very happy with the way things are going. Everyone, cross your fingers and keep sending good plant vibes my way. Thanks.